Okay, now. So anyway, you try to see your nama either through contact, feeling, or consciousness. That's according to suggestions given here. Now, so we have 42, beginning with hair. So you have to write down what is 32, bracket here, and what is 10. You should fill in yourself. Okay. Therefore, he should only undertake the task of discerning the nama, we call it the mind, after he has completed that, no otherwise. If he leaves off discerning materiality, when say one or two material states have become evident in order to begin discerning the immaterial, then he falls from his meditation subject like the mountain cow. Means that he, according to Visuddhimagga, you should try to see all the 42 rupa, including the 32 body parts and then the wind, the fire, and so on. Because if you leave them, then he might fall down. So try to see the parts of the body as clear as possible. Then after that, only go for to see your mind, the nama. Okay. So if you already see your rupa as much as you can, then after that you start to see your nama, your mind, then your meditation subject will come to growth, increase, and perfection. Then after that, no being apart from mentality and materiality. 24. He defines the four immaterial aggregates that have thus become evident through contact. So it means that he tries to see the nama through the contact as defined as nama, the mind. Right? Then the other things, the object of nama, that is the four great elements as your rupa. And this is a simile here. Just like one who opens the box with a knife. So after that, he cut it off into small pieces. So he defined all the states of 3 plants, 18 elements, 12 bases, 5 aggregates as just a nama rupa. So after that, he concludes over and above. There's only nama rupa. There's no being, no person, no deity, no Brahma. Means he's only see there's nama rupa. He didn't see any being or any soul or God or whatever. Okay. So 25, somebody read. Okay, Sister Heng. Yeah.
Yes, Anji.
Okay, yes.
After defining mentality, materiality, thus according to its true nature, then in order to abandon this worldly destination of a being and a person more thoroughly, to surmount confusion about beings and to establish his mind on the plane of non-confusion, he makes sure that the meaning defined, namely, this is mere mentality, materiality. There is no being, no person, is confirmed by a number of suttas. For this has been said, as with the assembly of parts, the word chariot is countingless. So when the aggregates are present.
Okay. You can continue? Yes. Yes.
So too, when there are the 5 aggregates as objects of clinging, there comes to be the mere term of common usage, a being, a person. Yet in the ultimate sense, when each component is examined, there is no being as a basis for the assumption, I am, or I. In the ultimate sense, there is only mentality, materiality. The vision of one who sees in this way is called correct vision.
Okay, thank you. All right. So first, you will see here. So I'll just use the Bali, all right? First, you must know what is a mentality. Materiality means try to see what is nama rupa according to its nature. That's important, no? You have to see the nature. For example, the body, the rupa is changing. The mind is bending to the object, like just now, nama rupa. Then that's the first thing. You need to know clearly according to nature. Then after that, you need to this means like concept of being or person. You need to overcome the concept. There's a being, there's a soul. Then after that, you can overcome, surmount the confusion of beings. Then your mind is on the non-confusion, means that you don't have any wrong view about this. So in many sutta, the simile is given like we call it chariot last time, or like now it's a cars. So the car is made of many small parts you put together. When you put together, the concept of car come to be. Like last time, the chariot we put many different types of wood together, then the concept of the chariot come to be. So, but if you put aside one of them one by one, then you can see there's only the 32 body parts and different body parts and all. So that's why we call it, because of actually there's only 5 aggregates. But because of these 5 aggregates, we can see this as an object, all right, as an object. Then there's a usage, means that there's a concept of a being, a person. But in ultimate sense, when you examine one by one, okay, you cannot see there's any I am or I. In ultimate sense, there's only nama rupa. So if you can see what is only, there's a real one is only nama rupa, then what you get is the right view. So this is called correct vision. Correct vision means the right view. You only see there's 5 aggregates, then nama rupa is just a concept, or we call it the conventional truth. All right. So anyway, you can just sum up very easily. As long as you clearly see what is nama rupa, mind and body, or you can see these two separately. You have to see this separate. These two are really different from each other, because the mind is taking up the object. The object will be the body parts. So you have to see this clearly. Then you understand the I and mind is a concept. Then you get the correct vision. Okay, 29.
Sagi, can I add?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
every time we say I and mine, you can see clearly, there are 32 parts. You break down, you know there's no self. But ultimately, how come we still form that there is a self?
Okay, because this is from avijja, ignorance, and this ignorance is not in this life. It's coming from many from the beginningless of samsara. Okay, so this
Okay.
avijja is not this life. Is very strong. So the moment, yes, you seems to not know there's only nama rupa, but after a while you forget. You get angry when people scold you. Why? Okay, because the feeling of self come back again. So, but when you're mindful, you keep on not the mind, not the body, not the mind. That's why for vipassana person, you have to practice 24 hours. The moment you wake up, you have to not the mind is doing what, the body is doing what, the mind is doing what, the body mind. You have to see the nama rupa, nama rupa. That at that time maybe you can suppress the idea of self and so. But the moment you forget with no mindfulness, then the feeling of I come to be. Okay.
That means at that moment when we see ourselves, is that the mindfulness is already blown away, something like that. Is it?
With the moment you feel the I, I want to do that, I don't like it. The moment you have that kind of stress on this I, that means that the avijja lah, the ignorance is there.
Okay, right. Thank you
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
why to even the first we call it the first level of enlightenment, Sotapanna, he can reduce the he terminated the Sakyaditi, but the feeling of I will still stay with him until he attain Arahant. That's why when the person gain Arahant, there's totally, he will not come back again because they are totally no more ignorance.
So that means the stream enter is still having an eye.
Yeah, but it very, very subtle. Because only at Arahant, the conceit is totally disappeared at the Arahant. So before that, he might have a very prideful meaning. He said, oh, I'm clever. I'm a noble person. Yes, he's not telling lie. He's clever, he's a noble person. So there's a little bit subtle of craving to I. That's why he still come back to samsara. Until finally he get rid of the I. He's a totally, mind is very pure. Then he's at the Arahant stage. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go
Thank
for
you very
next one.
much.
Sister
Saji,
Ka.
excuse me, Saji,
Yes.
can I ask a question regarding the just now Saji mentioned about when practice the is it Vipassana that we have to observe what the mind is doing, the body.
Yeah, the body.
What
yes.
is the purpose of separating these two to observe separately? It doesn't mean that we need to separate the I.
You not to separate the I. You have to practice in a way that there's no I. To see there's no I. Okay. So let me kind of like let me open one document here. Okay. For example, okay, let me do the okay. But it's good for you to all ask the question because the one advantage of having online class is you can ask the question. Okay. If you watch the YouTube, you can ask. Let's say, okay, now. Okay, you put this one. Okay, then I put another. You all can see, right, the screen? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, can see.
Okay. I'm going to put one thing. I'm going to put another one. Okay. So imagine this is a table, okay? So I'm going to put another leg here. Maybe it's difficult to hear. Okay, imagine there are 4 legs of this table. Okay, this 1 leg, 2 leg together. So when you put the 4 leg, you get the idea of table. You all can somehow get the idea of table, right? Can or not? Can Okay, let's say I put aside all this together. I don't put the table, so I put separate. Do you have the idea of table?
No.
No. Okay, that's how. So it's like when you put the mind and matter, you put 2 together, you get the idea of I. But you see mind is mind, the body is body. Even the body, you break to 32 body parts. Then the idea of I is no more. Okay? But like the table, you put the leg together, 4-legged, and then you put another 2, so you have 4. Then the idea of table come to be. It's like we call it compact. When you put things in a certain arrangement, okay, let's see if we can do a chair or not. Let's say you have a chair. Let's say we do a chair here. Put one chair here, put here, and put here. You all know the chair, right? So if you have somehow like this, it's a flat chair. Okay, can you sit on the chair? Can you see the chair? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now what's the purpose of chair? To sit down, right? Yeah, but if I go to take it away, you don't see the chair. The chair totally disappear very fast. That's how, when you put things together, nama, lupa, mind and body, and here they use the word materiality and mentality. You put together, the I come to be. But the moment you try to see mind is mind, body is body, or nama is nama, lupa is lupa, then the I of idea, the I, the mind totally disappear. But when we put, let's say we put the chair again, then you see the chair. Then you say, okay, I can sit on the chair. Okay? Now it look like chair to you. So you need to separate one by one. Then totally the chair is no more. All right, can you follow?
Yes, Saji.
Okay, good. So when you this, you get the correct version. Okay, now 29. Okay, next person. Okay, got more? You can read this one. 29.
Okay, 29. When a man rejects this correct vision and assumes that a permanent being exists, he has to conclude either that it's come to be annihilated or does not. If he concludes that it does not come to be annihilated, he falls into the eternity view. If he concludes that it does not come to be annihilated, he falls into the annihilated view.
Okay. So
Thank you.
let's say, thank you. Let's say if somebody who does not get the right vision, so he only believed there's a permanent, like no most people will believe that there's a self or soul. They believe that there's a self or soul that permanently exists. Okay. So either if he feel that this self is forever, live after he pass away, this self will continue the next life. So he call it eternity view. So he believes that this self or soul live forever. But if he feel that this self at the end of life, it will be annihilated, will be no more already. So this another wrong view. So actually, I think you remember when we say the Four Noble Truths, there are two types of wrong view. One is an eternity view. Another one is annihilation view. Very simple. The first one is believe that this self continue forever. Even though next life, he take on another body. He kind of like reincarnation. He born again. Another one believe when he pass away, he's totally no more. This so-called annihilation view. So this one I think you can get in some of the Dhamma, especially one of the, I think the Samyutta Nikaya, the first sutta, talking about different types of wrong view. Okay. Next person. Wendy, try to read, Wendy.
Okay, say again.
You need to speak a little bit louder.
Okay, can. Let me adjust the volume properly. Okay. Beings love becoming, delight in becomings, rejoice in becoming. When Dharma is taught to them for the ceasing of becomings, their minds do not enter into it, become settled, steady, and resolute. Thus, it is some hold back. And how do some overreach? Some are ashamed, humiliated, and disgusted by the same becoming. They are concentrated with non-becoming in this way. Sir, when with the breakup of the body, this self is cut off. Annihilate does not become any more after death. That is peaceful. That is sublime. That is true. Thus, this is that some overreach.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So all these are two wrong view, okay? The first one means they want to live forever, so becoming. So they believe after they pass away, they still live. So this kind of person, because they believe the soul is continue, they want the becoming, reborn again. It's the same I, same self. So even you talk Dharma to them about the Namarupa, they will not listen to it. Okay. But another one is they feel that they like the idea of when this self at the breaking out means when the person pass away, this self is totally stopped, annihilated. Means when he pass away, no more. So some people having this kind of view, they don't believe in next life. So they want this life to be stopped forever. So this is in Dhamma, they call it hold back and overreach. All these are wrong view. Okay. And how do those with eyes? Those with eyes means the eye of wisdom, means that they really see. Here a bhikkhu sees what is become as become. Having seen what is become as become, he has entered upon the way to dispassion for it, to the fading away of greed for it, to its cessation, This is how one with eyes see. This means that he see the truth. Okay, he see the things as they become, as they arise, pass away, or see the mind as a mind, the body as a body, and so on. So then he not cling to the self or I. Okay, now the next one, 31, is also very interesting. The simile here, 31. Therefore, just as a marionette, it's kind of like puppet, puppet that is void. No, like puppet, sometimes the puppet, they might dress like human or even like the human body is void, soulless, without curiosity. Curiosity is one of the Pali terms they translate. Sometimes you can translate with the word interest, with no interest. And while it walks and stands merely through the combination of strings and wood, yet it seems as it had curiosity and interestedness. So like puppet, when you move it around, actually how you move it around by the strings and wood, so it look like it has some life in it. It look like it's interested in doing this, in doing that. So to this mentality, materiality is void, soulless, and without curiosity. And while it walks and stands merely through the combination of these two together, yet it seems as if it had curiosity and interestlessness. So you have to see the nama rupa. Yes, here is not talking about the soul. It's talking about nama rupa is actually like our body. Okay, the body will not move about by itself, but because when the body and mind combine, these two are combined. When they are combining, then the idea of soul and self come to be. It look like the soul is alive. The soul want to do this, want to do that, is curious about this and that. Okay, so that's the meaning. Now it's important to see how the nama rupa, they are related to each other. So this paragraph is actually quite strong. Okay, Lawrence, I think this is a new student. Can you show us your
yes.
Okay, you're female. Your male sound like male one.
No, it's my husband's
Okay.
laptop. Yeah.
Okay, can you read 32? Yes.
32. Okay. And this should be explained not only by means of the simile of the marionette or puppet, but also by means of the analogies of the shafts of reed and so on. For just as when two sheaves of reeds are propped one against the other, each one gives the other consolidating support. And when one falls, the other falls. So too in the five constituents become mentality, materiality occurs as
Independent.
an interdependent state, each of its components giving the other consolidating support. And when one falls owing to death, the other falls too.
Okay, you can read 33. Yes.
Okay, 33. And just as when sound occurs, having as its support a drum that is beaten by the stick, then the drum is one and the sound together another. The drum and the sound are not mixed up together. The drum is void of the sound, and the sound is void of the drum. So too when materiality occurs, having as its support the materiality called the physical base, the door and the object, then the materiality is one and the mentality is another. The mentality and materiality are not mixed up together. The mentality is void of the materiality and the materiality is void of the mentality. Yet the mentality occurs due to the materiality as the sound occurs due to the drum.
Okay, thank you. All right, so this is okay. Now, how does our nama rupa, mind and matter, work together? It's because they have relationship with each other. So you have to see when they are combined, they have the interdependence nature. Okay, they have to rely on each other because your body cannot move without the mind, but your mind also cannot do anything without body. So maybe you wish to go to America, right? Unless you got psychic power. You still have to buy the ticket, to fetch the body from Malaysia all the way to America. Yeah. So you need both to work together. So even though they are independent means they are actually separate entity, but they are actually helping each other. Because the body cannot survive without the mind also cannot survive without body. Like just the example like sound and the drum here. They are not mixed with each other. Okay, so you have to see mind is not the body is not the mind, or nama is not the lupa is not the body. Okay, they are void means they are really separate to each other, but the nama occurs due to the lupa, right? The mentality occurs due to materiality. Like when you have a good ear, there's a hearing consciousness. You have a good eye, there's a seeing consciousness. You have to think like that. So when you have your body is healthy, so when the wind touch, you got the body consciousness. Okay. Now this is another example. Also good. 34. Next student. Sister Vion Chai. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Sister Vion Chai. Yeah. You can read the 34. No sound. Okay. I think Jen, you read this one? Jen. Yes. 34.
Yes, Saji. Furthermore, mentality has no efficient power. It cannot occur by its own efficient power. It does not eat, it does not drink, it does not speak, it does not adopt postures. And materiality is without efficient power, cannot occur by its own efficient power. For it has no desire to eat, it has no desire to drink, it has no desire to speak, it has no desire to adopt postures. But rather it is when supported by materiality that mentality occurs. And it is when supported by mentality that materiality occurs. When mentality has the desire to eat, the desire to drink, the desire to speak, the desire to adopt a posture, it is materiality that eats, drinks, speaks, and adopts a posture.
Okay. So it's talking about makan. I think makan means eating. Everybody will know. Now, okay, when you see something you like, it's the mind want to eat, but without your hand, without your mouth, you cannot eat. All right. So the mind need to depend on the body to eat, but the body cannot eat. The body need depends on the mind for the desire. So there must be a desire in the mind. Because of desire to eat, then there will be a eating. So you have to think about that. Okay, because the body cannot move unless the mind give it command. Right. Okay, this example is very cute, but it's very nice. Okay. Sister Vion. Chai, Sister Chai, yes. Okay.
35.
Yes.
But for the purpose of explaining this meaning, they gave this simile as an example. A man born blind and a stool-crawling cripple wanted to go somewhere. The blind man said to the cripple, "Look, I can do what should be done by legs, but I have no eyes with which to see what is rough and smooth." The cripple said, "Look, I can do what should be done by eyes, but I have no legs with which to go and come." The blind man was delighted, and he made the cripple climb up on his shoulder. Sitting on the blind man's shoulder, the cripple spoke thus: "Lift the left, take the right. Lift the right, take the left." Herein, the blind man has no efficient power. He is impotent. He cannot travel by his own efficient power, by his own strength. And the cripple has no efficient power. He is impotent. He cannot travel by his own efficient power, by his own strength. But there is nothing to prevent their going when they support each other. So too, mentality has no efficient power. It does not arise or occur in such and such functions by its own efficient power. And materiality has no efficient power. It does not arise or occur in such and such functions by its own efficient power. But there is nothing to prevent their occurrence when they support each other.
Okay, thank you. So I think this example is very nice. So you got the creeper and you got the blind. Blind person means he cannot see. So he cannot he don't know the direction. Creeper he can see but he cannot walk. So but these two combine. So then they can reach the destination. So what they do is the creeper climb on the blind person. So the creeper he got the eye, so he tell the blind person you go left, go right, and so on. So this is a very nice simile. So like our nama lupa. So one of them cannot work, but both of them combine. Then you got the desire, the mind want to eat, then the body, the hand, and so on we eat. For example, you can see, okay, you got a very nice cake, whatever. You have the desire, you want to eat. But if the leg not moving, after the leg moving there, then the mind must tell the body, tell the hand, you must stretch out your hand. Then you must hold it. Then you must tell the mind must tell the mouth, you must chew it, you must eat it, and so on. All right. If the body not moving, so the mind have the desire to eat, then the mind also cannot eat the cake. Yeah. So this is a very important here. 37. The correct vision of mentality and materiality, which after defining materiality by these various methods, has been established on the plane of non-confusion by overcoming the perception of being, is what should be understood as purification of view. Other terms for it are defining of mentality, materiality, and delimitation of formation. So very easy. Once you see only nama rupa, okay, like I said, when you put nama rupa together, you got the idea of self and soul. So you have to see what is nama and what is rupa. You have to see these two separate. So when you see these two separate, you overcome the idea of being a self, a soul. Then you have the purification of view. Okay, so that is the what kind of that is the you have 7 purification. So we are talking about this. The purification view of number 3. So to get number 1, we have to practice the sila. As long as you have some sila, you can get number 1. Number 2 is you need to calm down the mind. So normally in any retreat, we do some chanting for that samatha or metta, whatever, to calm down mind. Or vipassana to let go the so many greed or so on. Then when your mind is clear, you can see only mind matter, nama lupa. Then you can get this purification view. Means that how you get this? By just now. Clearly see there's only nama and rupa. There's only mind matter. Beside mind matter, there's no other things, no self and soul. Okay? So this is a first vipassana knowledge, but it's considered as the third Visuddhi here. So any meditator, when they practice sitting meditation, walking meditation, standing meditation, they have to see only nama rupa. Like when you walk, you have to see the body and the mind noting the walk, noting the left, right. Then when you're sitting, you have to note the mind aware of the body sitting. Or when you're observing the abdomen rising, falling, the mind is observing the abdomen rising, falling. So every moment you only see nama rupa. Then you no more self, no more soul. You can overcome the wrong view. So okay, so the precaution view. Okay, now to make, so there is a review question here. So I leave it for you all to do as homework. Homework. So I think during the last semester, people say we need to give the
Jackie,
student.
sorry. Before that, can I ask a question?
Yeah. Why?
Actually, on the point number 13, right?
13?
Yeah, 1-3. It is.
Paragraph 13, yes. Okay, yes.
It says there are 27 materiality, or why 27 not 28?
That's also one of the Q&A. You have to consider. I think I mentioned just now already. No, this one. Question number 4 is your homework. Okay. Yeah. So
Alright.
you after you listen to this, we come back next week to discuss. Okay. Now I will discuss the student to 3 classroom. Okay. So even though maybe you all just started to hear about this purification morality, question A, how do purification morality and purification of mind support the purification view? Question B, are you able to differentiate the materiality and nama lupa? The third one is, do you need jhana to see nama lupa? And then maybe there's a question, yeah, C also is assess concentration in vipassana. Sorry, not assess. We call it the momentary. Please change it. Momentary concentration in vipassana sufficient enough to see difference between nama rupa. Okay. So there are 3 questions here. So the first group. Yes.
Okay, Sister Jet, summary for us.
Sister Jet, yes.
Yeah.
5 minutes, 5 minutes summary. Yes.
She's muted.
Yeah, Jet, you're muted. Yes.
Okay. So we are talking about purification of moral. So we were talking about the restraining the senses, which the minimum we have to keep the 5 precept, or it will be good if we go for retreat, we undertake the 8 precept to restrain, to prevent the unwholesome mind from arising and develop the wholesome mind. And that is not good enough. So we have to, after that is the purification of the mind.
Yes.
Purification of the mind, we are talking about the concentration part, which is supposed to suppress the 5 hindrances. When the 5 hindrances is suppressed, then the mind will be very clear to see the mind and body process. The body, you can analyze it at the 4 elements, you can see very clearly, and then the mind, you can see all different kind of mind, the restless mind, the angry mind, the craving mind, all the mind you can see. So the process is all very clear. So after that, we are talking about the purification of the TT, okay, the right view. So when we see it's a mind and body process, there's no me, no I inside there. So that is a right view already.
Okay.
That's what we talk about. We're talking about that. Yeah.
Okay, good point. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. Now room number 2. Question number 2. Room number 2. Who's a representative?
Me.
Room number 2. Okay. Right. Can you see nama lupa? Your group. How many of them can see nama lupa? Nama and lupa.
We didn't ask, but we just discussed.
Okay.
We didn't ask how many sees nama rupa. So our discussion is on usually we can know the nama rupa in the walking meditation or in the eating time, where we can note during walking meditation the intention to stop, intention to turn, or during eating we can know the intention to chew, intention to stretch out the hand to take the food. So this is nama and rupa can be noted separately in that sense. So in the breathing exercise, in the breathing meditation, some raise out in the samatha, the breathing part, we don't really see the nama, but it is a rupa that occurs. But we also bring out the point that when we breathe in and out, actually there's a noting mind to note the in breath and out breath. So it is also nama rupa occur concurrently, but not concurrently. That means the consciousness is noting the breathing. After breathe already, then the noting mind note the breathe in and note the breathe out. So it is still nama rupa in that sense. So we also discussed whether breathing is actually natural process or whether actually the breathing, the material comes first, only the mentality comes first. This part we cannot come to the conclusion, but we kind of agree that breathing is a natural process, so it is not the intention to ask the person to breathe, but it's a natural process that people are breathing. Then it's only the consciousness, not the breathing in and out.
Okay, so in conclusion, Namarupa is not so difficult to see, right?
Have to pay attention carefully. It is not like if not, then we don't see the breathing in and out. It just occur naturally, and nobody sees the breathing in and out unless you pay attention to it. Which,
be more mindful.
yeah, I think which usually we don't pay attention to that.
Okay, so I just a conclusion. That means that most of you think that Namarupa not so difficult to see, right?
We didn't come to that conclusion.
Okay, I come to conclusion for you all. Okay, anyway, good. Okay, now room 3. Yes. Do you need jhana or any access concentration? Room 3. Who's the room 3? Who's the represent room 3? Thomas, is it?
I can do.
Okay.
At first, we were very likely to agree that there is no jhana needed to discern Namarupa, and that the momentary concentration is sufficient to discern Namarupa. Then we found ourselves in some discussion about characteristics of momentary concentration. We were not able to clear. For example, if you get out of the jhana, in which state of concentration you find yourself in? Is it momentary concentration? And another question was if it is possible to perceive things like life faculty in momentary concentration. But we were not able to get clear of that finally.
Life faculty? To see life faculty in momentary concentration?
It was a question that arose, yes.
Life faculty is the thing that keep the body alive. You know, there are 2 life faculty. One is the Rupa Jivindriya, another one Nama. It's something that keep the body alive, or another one keep the mind alive. You know it as long as your body is alive, your mind is alive, there's a Jivita Indriya. Of course, we cannot really see unless you get very deep jhana to see. But just on the question, when you are not in the jhana, when you get up from jhana, you go back to access concentration. Okay, in the jhana we call it absorption concentration. When you get out from jhana, that absorption we call it, that level of concentration we call it access or neighborhood. That's the term, neighborhood concentration. So most of you agree that you all don't really need jhana to see Namarupa, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but you need some kind of pure mind or some kind of concentration, right?
Yes, momentary concentration in vipassana practice.
Vipassana, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, I think you all like this kind of discussion, right? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, but okay, remember I still have homework for you all. You go back and try to do the homework yourself. Not so difficult just now if you notice why I mentioned. Okay, so I think we managed to have the Q&A based on this question. And then I put some link here. It's good you all to create the link and so on, and read just now the sutta for you to. Okay, now we are just going to share the merits now. I think today is remember to do your homework before we come back next week.